Karen and
Morning.
Sally here today. Morning, how are you?
Morning.
Yes, we have our cups, we have our chat already. Sally, welcome. We are joined by Sally Wadhwa. Have I said that correctly?
You have.
Yay! Always a bit of a worry, isn't it, at the beginning? I feel sorry for anyone that has to pronounce my name. But I would say welcome. We are so pleased to have you because if you've been following Small Business Chat for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about really the process of website and marketing and how to make the most out of your website, because obviously we have Karen here as our online marketing and website queen. But one of the things that we're also trying to add in is elements of how to create the best homepage, how to make sure that we have, like, we're going to use our website to maximum capacity. And so we thought, who better to have Sally here, Tech Diva, and also founder of the Fearless Lounge. Is that correct?
Fearless Tech Lounge.
Tech Lounge, that's it. And for me, it's like knowing Sally, and also knowing how Karen's brilliant with tech, but also some of us might actually find that tech can hold us back, knowing what to use, how to use it, and really joining up your marketing so that from your website, how are you using your marketing, creating your lead magnets, your sales funnels, and ultimately driving sales. Cue Sally. So Sally, do you want to give us a little introduction about who you are, how you help small businesses, and we'll be going into some great tips from you in a minute, but go for it. Introduce yourself.
Sure. So I am Sally Wadhwa, Tech Diva. I run a membership called the Fearless Tech Lounge, and I work one-to-one on sales funnel design. So I help small business owners create digital products from their expertise and then the systems that they would need to sell them. So a lot of my work is auditing what companies have already, if they are coming in and they want to go into digital product sales, if they want to bring their business online, and how exactly do we navigate, or do they navigate all the tools that are out there in order to, join everything together, make their system speak so they can run on automation. So I've been doing that for a number of years. A lot of people said to me, was it something I started at the beginning of the pandemic? No, it's been years and years. I've been in the online space for over a decade. And with all my clients and even the membership, I bring with me not just the tech know-how, but also web development and mindset and sales strategy. So yeah, I'm kind of the full package for online business owners, which I love. I love having all of that, that side of things that I can bring together to help businesses like scale online.
Amazing. And we're going to need it. I think a lot of people have realized, haven't they, Karen, that we've got obviously so much opportunity with online that I think when you're in the sort of hamster wheel business trying to juggle all the plates, and now we've had this maybe opportunity for some to actually think, right, how can we use the website better? I know, Karen, you've been more busy definitely with people realizing this. I know that obviously to promote that, we can also look at different streams of income. So again, when you're talking about digital products, but again, if you're shifting and you're doing perhaps more service based, again, it's what is the marketing, what are the marketing steps? Because obviously, we have things like you mentioned before, like lead magnets, and what's the process of getting that call, making sure that when they come to the website, it's an instant click. So do you go through that process as well, almost joining up the dots, don't you?
Yeah, and I think as well, it's just having, small business owners, it's just that time. There is the fear of tech, there is the time factor if they're busy. And there's so much out there as well. So when when you're reading stuff online, it's like someone recommends this and someone recommends that, and there's a framework here and a framework there, and you just don't know where to turn. You're just not going, very overwhelmed. So I think it's about having a really streamlined process with tools that work and make your life easier. So I'm really excited to hear your 7 tools, definitely.
And you test these, don't you? As in, you were saying that you get asked to test.
Yeah. So I mean, whenever I see, because there are a lot of groups, Facebook groups out there that would start when someone's developing a software or a program, they would request for beta testers or for big name platforms, they send emails out to people who use them or their affiliates. So yeah, I do jump on those, mainly because I like to know what's happening. I like to hear the new ideas that platforms are coming up with, and I like to see how they apply to my clients as well. So I can then create a training about it, or I can talk about it, or I can say, this is coming up, stick with this tool, even though it's making you tear your hair out. So it's a case of just like really keeping up to date with what is going on, because obviously the way that we're doing business has changed from how we've been doing it for the past few years. I mean, from just needing websites, people are then wanting not just websites, but also platforms that they can store their courses on, platforms that they can sell their digital products from. They're wanting to know about how to link their podcasts onto their websites, and you know what an embed is. There's so much going on. So in order to stay up to date and really stay focused, you know, this really helps to be aware of what is, for someone like me, to be aware of what's going on, so the business owners don't have to do that and get through that overwhelm.
So tell us, so you're going to go through a little process, really, aren't you? You were mentioning before. So do you want to pass and share your wisdom? Because
okay,
honestly,
right.
it's so helpful knowing Sally sometimes and reading her posts going, yes, thank you.
So this, I mean, I've come up with just a small strategy to use today, but mainly thinking about where do business owners start when it comes to choosing tech tools for their business. So that first step, like they know that they're doing a process that could be possibly done easier. They have asked for support. Like the most common question is what social media scheduler do I use? And then you see like hundreds come on. There's so many options out there. So at that starting point, in your business, you think about what's the first thing, what's one of the most important things that you need to do, and that is well, in my view, it's audience building. It's gathering your right audience, your ideal client, and holding them in one space so you can connect with them more and build that know, like, and trust. So this could be something as just posting every day, or it could be something like having creating a whole strategy, a whole system for. So we tend to choose one or two social media platforms. So based on the platform that you choose would be how you look for a social media scheduler. Now, I have my favorites, SmarterQ being one of them, and also Tailwind. So SmarterQ is one of the main reason why I chose SmarterQ and I get my clients to use it is because it allows you to repurpose content. So if you have, if you are regularly posting content, imagine like for 6 months, creating your post and scheduling them into SmarterQ. And then you can also click one tick box, which will then allow you to repeat the same post like 6 months later or even 1 year later. But that means potentially in 6 months' time, there's nothing you have to do in regards to your social media, to your audience building. So that's the reason why I recommend SmarterQ, which can be used for Facebook groups as well, and a number of different platforms, and it's paid. You do have to pay for it. Tailwind is the best for Pinterest. Now, when you think about content, I've touched on Evergreen just now with SmarterQ, but when you think about content, you think about what you want to direct to places. So Pinterest is the only one of the, no, I think it is the only social media platform that promotes external links. Now, thinking about it, you want as many links as you can to go to your website or to go to your LMS platform, mainly your website. So having Tailwind allows you to create evergreen posts in regards to your pins, which direct people to your website, helping you in regards to SEO. So there are a few things to think about there when you think about, firstly, what platform you're using for your audience building, but then also how you're treating the content that you are creating, because of course we want to maximize the content efforts that we do, because we can so easily drown in all the content that we have to create. This leads,
I was going to say, is Tailwind free?
Tailwind is paid as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to picking tools, I love to wait or look around and shop around on Black Friday. And yes, because all the deals come out. Like don't go onto ASOS, go on to like, look at what tech tools you can get for your business.
I use Appsumo.
Yeah, there's Appsumo.
Appsumo is brilliant.
Yeah,
Appsumo is great.
it's scary though, because you sort of go in there and you go, oh, that looks good, and you end up just buying loads of stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
The best thing about, and I'll tell you a trick with Appsumo, and I do this. So I look on exactly what they have, and I try to think, is there an actual need in my business for this? Like, is what this tool fix? Is it a problem in my business, or is something I feel that could be done better? I'll then buy the tool. No, I'll then look online because somebody's probably done a review on it. I'll watch their video, and then I'll also look at their main website off Appsumo and look at the reviews and see what they are like as a company, not just Appsumo selling them. Normally they'll then have a Facebook group that you can go to, but Appsumo, I think they do like 60 days no quibble refund, so you can buy it, see if it works, see how intuitive it is, try it out yourself. And if it doesn't work, then refund it. And yeah, so Appsumo are really good with that. I mean, they want, yeah, it is a really good place to go to for if you feel like shopping, looking for a tool. Once we've gone through the audience building and we are looking at what, like with the people that we're drawing in, we then want to keep them, bring them into our own ecosystem, bring them straight into our business. Because when they're on social media, all we're getting are a few likes, we're getting a bit of engagement, and we need to make it easy for them to actually come into our businesses where we actually like don't have to battle with algorithm, we can message them anytime and so on, which then brings us to our email marketing. So there is not an online business that can survive with not having any email marketing system at all. And you can make this as, it can be as easy and it can be as complicated, say again with your social media posting, but mainly what we want to do is we want to be able to either give them something that they can sign up to, or we want to tell them, build that curiosity up about them, about ourselves, where they then want to know more and want to sign up for something like a newsletter. So a newsletter tends to be business news about yourself, whereas a lead magnet tends to be focused more on the client and what they need. So you've got two options there, depending on what your ideal client would actually really look for. And there are so many email marketing tools out there, but when you're choosing one, you want to look at what can help you tag, what will segment, for the ones that will segment, and also automations as well. Those are the three most important things, because they help you really maximize your email marketing efforts and make sure that you are you're able to direct content in the right way to the right people at the right time. So there is a free email marketing software that does do this up until a certain amount of subscribers, which is Mailerlight, and really easy to use if you are just starting out. I highly recommend if you're midway, you're just starting to create more automations, you have a few lead magnets on your website, or contacts that you're offering, and I'd recommend Convertkit. So Convertkit is paid. It's not overly expensive, but if you have a mailing list of about like 500 onwards, it's a really good one to use before you go all in and invest in something like ActiveCampaign, which is like the bee's knees of email marketing. It's got all the automations. It's like a CRM. But
yeah, I was going to ask you about that actually. What's the difference between Convertkit and ActiveCampaign? Because I've used Mailchimp, and obviously I'm finding a lot more people now moving to Mailerlight just because of the simplicity, and things are easier to set up, and just in general they don't keep changing the platform and the dashboard every 5 minutes. And I've had a look at ActiveCampaign as well. So yeah, I've seen more and more people using Convertkit.
Yeah, it's really, it's easy to navigate, it's easy to use. I think mainly the people are moving from Mailchimp to Mailerlight, because Mailchimp took away the creation of having more than one list, which when you go into real deep segmentations, that's a bit more challenging to manage for a small business owner, rather than Convertkit, where you can set up as many lists. Not as many, I think a few, like more lists than you would need. Also Mailchimp, I still recommend Mailchimp. I'll recommend Mailchimp to an e-commerce business. If you have an online shop and you're selling products, then Mailchimp is probably still one of the good ones for you on their paid version.
Would Convertkit and like ActiveCampaign do well with the shop as well, e-commerce?
Yeah, they will, but then you've got to look for features as like abandoned cart sequences, and that they have those like built in. I don't think they do, but I would, for e-commerce, I'd always use Mailchimp. Or yeah, I think that's a beginning one. There's another one that's a bit more expensive, but to start off with, as a small business owner, Mailchimp still does have its place with all the platforms.
Yeah, I'm on Mailchimp, so yeah, that's good to know.
So when whatever email marketing campaign that you have going on, you want to have something that is regular, consistent, same as your social media. So it all works. It will work together. From even your email marketing, you want to look that it creates landing. You have the ability to have landing pages as well. Ideally, any kind of landing page, I would say, is built on the website, again, for the SEO, and then linking it to your email marketing. But however, if you don't want to hire a developer, you can build your landing pages within your email marketing platform. They all have them. So yeah, which from email marketing, it then brings us on to selling products and our product suite. So there are many businesses that have moved just from working one-to-one to then expanding into creating products from their expertise. So it could be a course, a mini course. It could be like an audio series. It could be workbooks. Like, there's so many products out there that you can create. And especially now that things are becoming more sophisticated in regards to, people are expecting, when they sign up for a course, they're not expecting to be directed to a Facebook group and the course is held in the units. They want a lot more than that, because now you can get a platform or use a platform that will allow you to give your individual clients separate logins. They would have like their own space. You would look for something that has that they're able to download from, that they're able to use easily, that looks pretty and is basically an extension of your website. Or if you don't have a website at all and you're just using this platform, which a lot of people do, that it covers your branding. It's how you would want to do business. You can't send people just to the units in the Facebook group anymore. So when you're thinking about what LMS platform to choose, and there are new ones that are popping up literally every day. There are so many out there, and you will hear, if you put a post in the group, like, I'm looking for an LMS platform, which one shall I choose? Everyone will say something different. It's so common that they would, but you'd find the most popular ones. I mean, I was making it's linked with you, my comparison chart. So I did a survey and picked up the most popular ones and created a comparison list of all of them. And when I was doing that, and doing that survey, there definitely were the favorites, and for different reasons. So I'm going to go through Kajabi first. So Kajabi is really popular. It has a really high price point though. So when you're just starting, you then have that feeling of, God, do I want to go in? Sorry, not God, like, wow, do I want to go into this whole investment of a platform like Kajabi, where I'm spending £100 a month when I'm just starting to sell digital products? It might not work, because then we then bring that out when we're selling, and it just makes business harder. So really, you want to start looking at your budget first when you are choosing these platforms. So if it's a case that you can't, like, Kajabi is brilliant, it does the job, they even have an app, but if you can't afford that, there are other options. So you can step down. Don't feel the pressure that, well, everyone's using Kajabi is best, everyone's using Kajabi, I've got to use Kajabi. Don't put yourself in that, because you can easily go down to something like Member Vault. Yeah, Member Vault is amazing. I mean, with Member Vault, you do have an option that's free up to a certain number of subscribers. Of course, they limit down the features that you do have, but it still works. There are a lot of people I know who've started digital product businesses just with Member Vault, and they have an internal payment card as well, so you don't need to worry about like using an external payment card provider and purchasing that separately. So you can get started really easily for free using a platform like Member Vault, and also Thinkific. If you're just selling courses, they have a free version as well. We've also got for instance, we mentioned Appsumo earlier. Now, Appsumo every now and then will come up with an LMS platform that has a lifetime subscription. If you are going to go into something that's in beta, or that's just coming up, that's waiting to be put into the market, just research or see if they have a free trial, and don't sign up for the free trial and then forget about it till the last day the free trial ends. Actually, purposefully sign up for the free trial and actually use it and see how easy it is for you to navigate, how intuitive it is. Because there's nothing worse than thinking you know where something would be and it's not going to be there, and then having to look at YouTube videos and so on. It's just make sure you use a free trial. That's what it's there for, and play around with it and just see how it works for you. Now, at the end of the day, there are business owners that will be able to afford to have somebody to do this for them, that will be able to have that done for you service. However, if you can't, if that's not possible for you, then you need to be able to know how to manage your platform. And you can't sit there and say, well, I'm not techie, or I won't be able to do this, or this is really not me. It is just one of those things that we have to get used to until we can bring someone in to build it for us or to manage it for us.
I love that point about making sure that you use the trial, because how many of us will have a product thinking this is going to be super helpful, and then it's, you realize going through your accounts, like I try and do every quarter, what am I using, what am I not? But some people have had it for years and not really, so again, like you said, Kajabi is quite expensive, and you might think, oh, I'm going to do it soon, but things can sometimes take longer than planned. And also, yeah, this is so useful. But I didn't even know about, I had heard of Member Vault, and I've heard some really good things from that. So it's really good to see that, because I do see the FOMO sometimes in certain groups going, yeah, I use it and I've got a link, so here you go. And people go, right, okay, I'll jump on and make sure I've got it. But yeah, the pressure is on. You're going to have to sell to recoup that money. So
exactly. Yeah. And that's one thing to remember, that when you are purchasing tools, you want to make sure that you're using them so you're getting that ROI, because otherwise, mine's totally different, because I buy a lot of tools just to look at them. I'm the real, like, if there is a tech tart, then that's me. But if you have a number of platforms that you are paying for and you're not maximizing that use, it is pointless. Then you feel bad, and why do that to yourself, and you're wasting money. So really think about, when you are purchasing something, does it just sound amazing, or am I actually going to apply this into my business the way that I work, and is it going to help me, and am I actually going to have the time to sit down and set it up to have it working for me? Right, so how much time have we got?
Don't worry, carry on.
Okay, right, so moving on from managing our product suite and what we have in regards to holding all of our products, we've then got, I'm just moving on to just some tools that I use in regards to project management, and also talking just a little bit about video editing, audio editing as well. Right, so in regards to project management, especially if you are having those one-to-one clients, if you're a business that's providing a service such as things like web design, or even like a VA and so on, then using project management tools will really help. And there are a few out there. So we've got Trello, which in my eyes is the simplest to use and quickest to set up. got Asana, which is very pretty with lots of colors. We've got Airtable. Now, Airtable is very different. Airtable is built on something called Bases, which is short for database. So if you like seeing your data in a kind of database way, or you like having that linear look, Airtable is one to look at, but it's also, you have to learn, there are things that you have to learn in regards to using it. But if you like Excel, it's basically Excel on caffeine. So depending on what you prefer and what you have time to use, and also the kind of things that you need in your business. So Airtable is brilliant for like a content calendar, and also working with numbers and plan, like creating financial plans and things like that, and helping people do the tasks and so on. So I think those. You've also got ClickUp, which a lot of people are talking about at the moment. I haven't gone into ClickUp, but there are a few people that prefer ClickUp because they're more features than Trello, but they're relatively the same in like looking at project management tools. Now, the best thing about this is we all love creating lists and love having our tick lists and love having that visual of what we have to do. I mean, it's even what our coaches teach us, that you're always writing down, you're always creating systems, you're looking at the best way to do things, you're doing your SOPs, and really starting off at the beginning, putting your data into a project management tool will really support you in the long run, especially having, I'm pen and paper, like you've seen that, I've just shown you. But really starting now with getting used to using a project management system will help you in the long term. Although sometimes you might think that you don't need to use one because it's only you running the business, but it really helps you with knowing what tasks you have to do. It helps you with creating your systems. It helps you learn how to do things better because you can always go in and edit and see your process. It also helps you stay consistent with the way that you work, which saves you time. So it's one thing that I would suggest, that even at the beginning, when you are looking at your audience, what you do for audience building, that you're looking at what you're using for project management as well.
And again, Trello, Asana, I know are free. Is Airtable and ClickUp free?
They have free versions.
Amazing. And it's what I love is it's really suited based on your own sort of preference. So like you said, Asana is very visual, which I really like, but sometimes, you know, again, I love a good list, whereas I know some people are very data orientated. So again, I didn't even know about Airtable, and again with certain clients, trying to keep them almost accountable, making sure the projects, that it's really useful to know. So thank you for that one. Wow. Yeah. Couple of options, Karen.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to move on to like a couple of tools that I use nearly every day in my business. So I use Audacity for audio editing.
What a great name.
So there's that version. There's also, if you have a Mac, then you've got GarageBand, and they're both the same thing, both the same to navigate as well. Now, audio is huge. Look at what's happened with Clubhouse coming in. People are listening to podcasts more. There is a lot that you can do in your business when you think about content creation using audio. Now, to record audio, it's simple. However, when it comes to editing, and even editing video, this is what puts people off sometimes, is that, oh my God, I won't be able to edit. But using Audacity for editing at audio and GarageBand are really simple. They're easy to navigate, and it will help you add on a different piece of content, repurpose your content into audio. I also use Filmora for video editing. I absolutely, love Filmora. It was probably my first lifetime license product that I bought. Yes.
I know. I actually bought for a year, and I thought, why didn't I just get the lifetime license? So I've just got the lifetime license now. I love it. Yeah, really, really great. And it's so easy to use. Clip things and cut things and move things. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Especially if there are any VAs watching and they're looking to upskill and add on video editing to their own services, Filmora is the best one to go to. and they've got like a brilliant support. They've got like a whole community. They're really, really good and fun, lots of fun to use. Also got to mention Zoom. Yeah. That's kept us together, but yeah, using Zoom for like our video calls, even for recording, for doing quick audio downloads as well, and also the features that you have for setting up separate rooms. And yeah, now they've added all these fun filters and so on, but I couldn't not mention Zoom in my list of tools.
Could you imagine if someone went, what, sorry, what one's that? This day and age, if you think about it, I mean, MS Teams, you know, some people are still using MS Teams, but we've had to use Zoom. We use Zoom for our lives actually, and we stream that in just purely because it's easier to download and repurpose as well. We tried StreamYard, but it just wasn't working for us. But like you say, for meetings, absolutely been brilliant. And I mean, I remember the day of doing webinars back in, do you remember you were helping me set them up, Karen, because it was Google Hangouts at the time.
And I got a tool where you could embed it on your website and watch it on your website, and was all like so flash at the time. And then it all just sort of stops working, and they change they change the access and whatever. Yeah, it's funny.
So I know a lot of people are zoomed out, but I, for one, still loving Zoom. So yes. That is amazing. Oh my word, that is brilliant. Oh my God, that is such a list. I don't know, we've had to put Sally on speaker view because Karen and I have been scribbling on our pen, our paper. So it's still old-fashioned paper as well, but yeah, scribbling away, going, oh my God, this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But again, like you say, Sally, it's linking up. It is making sure that when we're trying to implement these aspects in our business and drive sales and move things along, half the battle is trying to research these things and get to grips with it. For me, it's definitely installing and playing around with it. I tend to freeze. So tell us a little bit more about the Fearless Tech Lounge. I got that right this time. Didn't have enough coffee.
The Fearless Tech Lounge was created for that exact reason, to help business owners. Right, so basically I do the research rather than they go out and do it, and I create tutorials to teach them how to use the platform. So rather than trawling YouTube or help documents or PDFs on how to do things, in regards to setting up sales systems in your business, we have a roadmap within the Fearless Tech Lounge that will take them from email marketing to creating tripwires to creating digital products and learning and creating sales systems to sell them. So we really go into each and I love doing them. I love making these tutorials because I know I can do them step by step, and they're quite short, so they're easy to make a change, to follow, and then come back to it if they need to later on, or so on. So it just removes all the fluff, all the information that you don't need to know, and just gets you straight to the point of setting an intention of what you want to create, and then at the end of 15 minutes you actually have a result, a tangible result that you can see that you've built something or created or learned how to create something.
Amazing. Oh. Yeah, that is brilliant. Thank you so much for your insights. It's been so valuable and really helpful, and I'm sure if anyone is looking at how to make use of your website, like you say, so many amazing tools to help you drive sales. What I particularly love is if you're creating a course, it's earning whilst you sleep. You know, I think we've heard the words passive income, but also, you know, you can help more people in a way of the products and the knowledge that you share. And, you know, unfortunately, if your calendar's getting booked up with certain other clients that, you know, again, if it's something easy to direct someone else to or raise awareness, again, a really good lead magnet or sales funnel, you know, you're raising awareness through the social. It's just joining up those dots and making sure.
There is so much more I have to say on those topics, as you can imagine.
We'll have to get you back.
Yeah, definitely, I'd love to. But I think what I would like to leave with is, when you are thinking about tools and the tech side of online business, really start, like as I mentioned before, just really start with thinking, sitting in your business, thinking about your goals and what you want to achieve, what those products are. Because when you think and build out your product suite in your mind, when you know what you're going to create, it will then help you, direct you to what tools you actually need and what other tasks you can automate.
And that's so interesting, because I think a lot of people go out and create something without much thought, in terms of, it's great that you're doing it from a what's the financial goal, like as in what is it that you want to achieve, and some people go through the financial goals, but you know, again, a lot of people are not listening to their audiences to make sure that what they're creating is in fact what is needed by your audience. So really two factors there, I think, and barriers that come to it. Karen, any final words from you on this?
Oh, yeah, there would be loads and loads, but I'm aware of the time. So yeah, I'll definitely have to get you back on. But no, that's been brilliant. Yeah, that's good.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sally. We've
you.
given the links for Sally and tagged her in. So if you have any questions, please pop them down. I'm trying to have a look at the same time to see if there are any questions, but can't seem to see any at the moment. But please do. Sally will come back on both mine and Karen's page to answer. Thank you so much again, Sally. And guys, we will see you next week for Small Business Chat. Thank you so much for your time, and take care. Have a good rest of the week. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.